It was a Wednesday. Rain spread across the pavement like a fresh wound, glistening under dull city lights. The world outside was hushed, everything dampened except the sharp, metallic buzz of my phone slicing through the silence like a blade. Her father's name lit up the screen. We hadn't spoken in over a year. We need to talk. In person. 6 words. No punctuation. Just breathless urgency trying to disguise itself as polite concern. I didn't reply. I only stared, long enough for the words to blur, to smudge into nothingness like they were trying to escape before I could absorb them. The silence in my apartment felt staged, like someone had set the scene long before I walked into it. Everything in place. Still. Hollow. The kind of quiet that doesn't come from peace, but from absence. 2 weeks had passed since the party, the night I realized she'd already begun erasing me. I remember her standing under glittering crystal lights, bathed in the kind of laughter that sounded expensive and hollow. She looked like she belonged in that room of tailored suits and perfect smiles. I didn't. "This is my driver," she said. Just like that. 3 words, said with a half-smile soaked in Chardonnay and cruelty. The men around her chuckled. Not with me. At me. I pulled her aside, away from the champagne and pretenses. She wouldn't meet my eyes. "You should be grateful I even let you in," she said. That was the end. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I grabbed my jacket, walked out the back, and stepped into the rain like it was the last honest thing left in the city. I thought I was finished. Thought I had buried everything. But then the message came, and now her parents were at my door. Her mother looked like the truth had worn her down more than time ever could. Her eyes were tired in a way that had nothing to do with sleep. Her father didn't sit. He just stood, like the weight of regret wouldn't let him rest. "We need your side," he said, his voice careful, searching, like he was trying to find the version of me he used to know, the man who helped pack her dorm, who put money into her boutique and never asked for credit. But I didn't tell them my side. Not yet. Instead, I asked, "Did she tell you why we stopped speaking?" Her mother blinked. Her father's mouth parted like he might answer, but nothing came out. The truth didn't begin at that party. That was just the unveiling. It started with little things. Passwords changed without mention, late night, girls' dinners that didn't exist, a new perfume that wasn't hers or mine, earrings I'd never seen her wear before, a hotel receipt tucked away where she thought I'd never find it. I didn't explode. I don't raise my voice in kitchens or stage scenes in doorways. I don't accuse. I observe. I gather facts like a banker stacks money. Quietly, deliberately. I started with her phone. I never read the messages. I didn't need to. I saw how she turned it over on the table, how it never left her hand, never lost charge. I watched the way her smile only bloomed when she was texting someone else. I pulled the phone records. Same number, same days, same hours. I called it once. A man answered, didn't say a word, just breathed, like he knew exactly who I was. I fell silent after that, not defeated, just calculating. I took screenshots, save logs, installed discrete tracking software on the shared tablet, not to trap her, just to stop the lies long enough to see them. I followed her once, just once. She met him at a hotel, always the same one. He wore my cologne. That wasn't a coincidence. She was replacing me, piece by piece. He was a shadow stitched together from parts of me she thought she could recreate. And still, she came home like nothing had changed, kissed my cheek, asked what I wanted for dinner, like I hadn't watched her touch another man with those same hands hours before. I smiled, told her the roast was in the oven, the same oven where she used to leave me love notes. The report came in a plain envelope. No name, just facts, dates, pictures, timestamps. I didn't confront her. I waited 3 more days. Let her bask in her illusion. Let her believe I was blind. Then I left the envelope next to her morning coffee. "You forgot this," I said. She opened it with a smirk, the kind she wore when she thought she held the upper hand. The smirk vanished before the second page. She laughed then, brittle and desperate. "Is this supposed to scare me?" she asked. Her voice cracked trying to sound strong. I said nothing. I just looked at her long enough for her to understand that I had known for a long time. She backed away like the truth might scald her. I didn't explain, didn't say goodbye. I just left. She woke up to an empty closet, an empty home, a silence that used to be filled by us. 2 days later, I mailed everything to her father. No note, just the truth she tried to bury. All the receipts, all the proof. I knew exactly what it would do, not just to her, but to the story she'd built, the one where I was nothing more than a driver, a fool she had outgrown. And now, her parents stood in my doorway, faces heavy with regret, shame in their posture. "We didn't know," her mother whispered. I nodded. They apologized. I accepted, not because I needed to, but because I no longer needed anything at all. "She's not well," her father added softly. "She's saying things about you." About? I cut him off. "She lies. That's what she does." They left soon after. No coffee, no long goodbyes. Just footsteps that faded into the hallway and were swallowed by the rain. I stood at the window and watched them go. Watched the same rain that had once washed me clean of her. She once reduced me to a title in a room full of strangers. But I wasn't angry anymore. Not broken. Just free. A man no longer made of rage, but of space, of distance. And distance, I've learned, is the most elegant kind of revenge. It doesn't scream. It doesn't chase. It just removes you so completely, there's nothing left to hurt. She called me her driver. Now she walks the road of that lie alone.